Hello, this is Jess. This is day 184, um, July 2nd, 2020. And been sort of busy today. I mean, just the there's a lot of wrap up work. There's weeding all the time to do. There's just things that occur when you have what we have going on out here. So there's a lot of stuff to do around each plant and wear you out. But uh, anyway, um, I love it. It's outside. I get to see nature working. Plants growing, things happening. You get to check it out, and for me, that's a big deal. I mean, it's something that um, I find um, stabilizing. In life. Is when nature. You watch. I like to watch nature. The Nature Channel with the fucking animals and stuff, and it's pretty amazing. Um, but when you out in and you actually experience it by working in it, and you see things develop, um, makes it all that much more exciting, at least for me. Like camping, shit like that. I haven't camped out in quite a while. Just been tied up in life. But I'm back to the point where I can do some things like that. So nothing major. I mean, you know, but I mean, I find it fun to wake up out sometime, in the middle of nowhere, wake up in the sun, and it's nothing like it, when you can experience that and there's nothing um, distracting except what the moment that you're in. It's uh, it's it's truly amazing. So that's what I um, think I should um, strive for at this point in my life is to um, find somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and make a little mark for myself, place to stay, shit like that, and just be able to take off in whatever direction, the next day, and look at this and look at that. And fuck, man, I'm ready for that. Believe me, it's time, and that's what we um, claim to run our lives by is time, but in the reality, time. I guess it's almost like it would have to be a man-made or a humanistic part of equations, And what if the truth was that there is no time? We we are in a ride. We're in a pod, so to say, and inside it is each individual's life. They have a pod. It's the brain, and it's been attached to a physical being. The body, the mind, the mouth, the nose, the ears, legs, the arms, all the bullshit. The organs inside, heart, liver, spleen, and we're pushed into a reality where this man-made thing that keeps us on a pattern time. Because without time, there wouldn't be any pattern. You would just be able to come and go, and it would never be part of the conversation because it wouldn't matter. Wow, way too deep. I don't know. I have some off-the-wall thoughts, but that may be one of them. I think that in reality of how science says time exists, and I think that we have a major way to go to fully grasp the physics that's out there that awaits us. There's some physics that's going to blow our minds. What the normal way things are in space and beyond. There's some shit that's going to be very, very, very exciting to experience. It's like, just imagine, coming upon another planet that has life, but it's like in a different, let's say it's like in the 20s or something. Like what we would recognize as humans of 2020, we would recognize the era of the 20s. And just imagine going there, but you're from 2020. How I'm not, you know what? I'm going to leave it there because I'm not sure where I was going with that. I'm not ready to divulge things that maybe I shouldn't, so I won't. It's just thoughts in my mind. There's no secrets or anything. It's just thoughts in my mind. I think about, stretching the boundaries of what's feasible and possible and plausible, and going into some areas that are gray matter, and letting things out and seeing what happens as far as abnormalities. Is that correct? The word abnormalities and things that are the same, and it's exciting to be alive. It's about 11 o'clock at night on Thursday, and like I said, it was a long day. Really looked like there was going to be a heck of a storm around 2 o'clock. It got dark and cool, wind blew through here, but it never did, never a storm, so I guess we lucked out on that. We have a lot of new plants in the ground. We'd like to give them some more time before some of these storms come whipping through here. We get winds and all kinds of crap. But anyway, back to stuff, what do people, what do other people think about when facts are presented, and in a court of law, facts are presented and the facts are found to be on target and accepted amongst the jury, and judgment is called, right? And so it's carried on. Now there's all kinds of what do you call it? The severity of the reprimand, but there's that's the next thing. What is the punishment for the crimes that that you're being found guilty of? And when that happens, you could have a what do you call it, a hung jury, because it's been infiltrated by one of the people that are in the courtroom, whatever, in the case, and about these things, like stuff that happens, and yet when you're in the position to control these kind of things in the court of law. My stories go everywhere, so bear with me. But you're in a court of law, and you know that there's been things that sneaky going on, and you don't bring it forth. What is the how's that looked upon in society when you are aware of something that's not above board, but you're in a position that is supposed to control whatever it is that's not above board? Do you come forth, especially if you benefit from it in some way? I guess what I'm trying to lead to is, where has honesty gone? Where has truthfulness gone? Our sincerity in our society, and in this 2000, the year 2000 plus, things have really changed, and we needed to figure out a path of kindness, of empathy. You know, just because you see something on the surface doesn't mean that underneath the surface is the moral story, that's driving the behavior that you may see as horrific. And I'm not saying, when it comes to, certain levels of no matter what, there's no excuse. But what I am saying is that in the scheme of, I better call it, I'm all over the place, so I'm going to do that. July 2nd, 2020, Thursday. I'm out. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired.